नमस्कार. हेडोनच्या या खाशेल्या इंटरव्यूवात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आज आमचे बरोबर अशी व्यक्ती आसा जांच्या की बरो म्हाका दिसता कायदो आनी फाटले 2 आठवड्यां भितर गोंया खातीर 2 म्हत्वाचे ज्यो जजमेंट्स आयल्यात त्यो आनी कोणूच एक्सप्लेन करपाकूय शकचो ना. आमचे बरोबर आसात गोंयचे ॲडव्होकेट जनरल आत्माराम नाडकर्णी सर. स्वागत तुमचें. सगळ्यांत पयली म्हत्वाची ऑर्डर आहा ती मायनिंगाची. हाव आर यू एनालायझिंग? कारण आता 2-4 दीस जाले ऑर्डर येवन. तुम्ही कशी एनालिसिस केला आणि कोणाक फायद्याची कोणाक लुकसाणीची?
पळय मायनिंगाची पळय ऑर्डर आसा तातून वन गुड थिंग आउट ऑफ इट अमॉंगस्ट अदर्स इज दॅट गोंयान जे पळय मायनिंग which was going on in a haphazard way. If you see between 2006-7 to 2012, it was going on in a very uncontrolled way. So this is a good opportunity for Goa government to streamline, regulate and control mining, to do it in a perfectly legal manner, having regard to ecology and environment. So it will be like you can have a sustainable development. It should not destroy ecology. At the same time, it should protect the economy. Because a large number of economic factors are dependent on it.
कायद्याच्या दृश्टींतल्यान जर पळयलें जाल्यार तुमकां कितें दिसता? तुमची जी प्रेयर आशिल्ली ती मान्य जाल्या अशें दिसता?
इफ यू सी गोवा गव्हर्मेंटाचे जितले आर्ग्युमेंट्स आशिल्ले तितले एक्सेप्ट केले. One thing is they have held that Goa government is the owner of these minerals. Correct. These mining leases were of the impression that the mines belong to them, which impression is corrected now by this judgment, saying that no, your leases have expired and the government is the owner of the mines. Third one, Goa government has been allowed to carry on, undertake mining, to grant fresh leases or to permit mining or to handle dumps by framing a dump policy in accordance with the judgment. So everything is left to the Goa government. Unlike Karnataka, where they brought in an outside body like CEC.
Our basic argument. He order ji asa, it is definitely a pro-government order, but somehow it is anti-mine owner order.
See, it is like this. Fact of the matter is, 2007 your mining leases came to an end. No doubt they had applied for it, but they were slipping over it. Why did they keep quiet from 2007 to 2012? Government is undoubtedly at fault because the government of the day never disposed of applications from 2007 to 2012. Government is at fault. 2, mine owners, you knew, and there is a Supreme Court judgment which says not now, long back, that under the deeming clause, which is only an extension, you cannot undertake or carry on mining. Fourthly, under the pretext of this deeming clause, you never did so many things which you were required to do. So you could have gone to the court and asked the government, please decide our application, renewal application. Had the renewal application been decided, that would have been the end of the matter.
Who do you think is the primary culprit? Is the government of the day or the mine owners?
No, government of that day. Yeah. Government of that day and the mine owners, for both of them, it is contributory negligence. Both are party to it and both have contributed to it. You can't solely blame the mine owners because they had filed the renewal application in time. Okay? And one thing is for sure that government ought to have decided that application. Why was it dilly-dallying in deciding the application? You could have rejected it or you could have granted it.
आता जी ऑर्डर आसा ती ऑर्डर सांगता की गोवा गव्हर्मेंट शुड इश्यू फ्रेश लिजीस. तुम्ही फ्रेश हो शब्द कसो इंटरप्रिट करतात? फ्रेश म्हळ्यार नवी लिजीस काय तांणी जी एप्लिकेशन्स अप्लाय केल्ली ती रिन्यू करपाक मेळटात? वेदर कशें
सगळो जजमेंट जर वाचत, the petitioner's argument was that it should be auction. To that I had pointed out a Supreme Court judgment. They have quoted that Supreme Court judgment and that paragraph, and they have held, agreeing with us, rejecting the petitioner's argument that we cannot direct the Goa government to go by way of auction.
Barabar.
They have held that it is the state's prerogative. So definitely it is within the powers of the state. Now, just because it is state's prerogative, state cannot do something arbitrarily. There is a Constitution of India, which is like the main document by which, under which the government has to function. Undoubtedly, auction is one of the modes, but auction is not the only mode. Now, a fresh lease or every renewal is also a fresh grant. Don't forget, in law, every renewal is a fresh grant. So, if you renew them under 8.3 also, it could also be a fresh grant. One doesn't know. These are all matters of legal implications. But it will be all pursuant to the formation of a government policy.
So तुम्ही एक गजाल सद्याक ओपन दवरतात की fresh can be interpreted either way, a new lease or a renewed lease.
It could be a renewed lease with more conditions, more onerous things. There could be conditions regarding payment, like Supreme Court has imposed 10%. Government may impose more, or if the government thinks it will get about 2,000 crores in auction or 10,000 crores in auction, it might ask them to contribute it over a period of time. You never know in what way it can go. But at the end of the day, it is a part of the government policy.
But you are not ruling out the renewal option.
No, you cannot rule out the renewal option, because in law, their applications which are filed in 2006 are pending with the state government. There are writ petitions pending in the High Court, where parties have asked that our renewal application should be decided. Now, what happens to such renewal applications? Is it that by virtue of Supreme Court judgment, they are deemed to be rejected? There is no such finding in the judgment.
But for now, you are saying all options are open.
All options are open for the government to do it. Nothing is ruled out.
दुसरी गजाल त्या जजमेंटा भितर जो आस्पेक्ट आसा की 2007 to 2012, because all these leases were on deemed extension, they are illegal. The operation was illegal. ही illegality जी आसा, what term तुम्ही कसो डिफाइन करतात? कारण गव्हर्नमेंटान त्याचे रॉयल्टी घेतली, गव्हर्नमेंटान त्याचे टॅक्स घेतलो, आणि आता सुप्रीम कोर्ट म्हणटा की तो 5 वर्साचो जो कालखंड आशिल्लो तातूंत जाल्ले ऑपरेशन्स इल्लीगल. How are you defining this illegality, or you call it irregularity because government was in know of the operation?
See, it so happens that government may not be able to pass an order within 6 months, as is contemplated under the rules. So it might take 8 months, 9 months. So after 6 months, what should happen? Party should not suffer. Therefore, that time is given to the government to pass an order on the renewal. But such a time is not given to the mine owners to carry on indefinitely mining. So that, to that extent, it would be illegal mining, but for the fact that the government of the day itself permitted this state of affairs to go on. It collected royalty, etc., but it actually permitted them to undertake mining operations.
दुसरं मायनरांचं एक आर्ग्युमेंट आसा, तांचो आर्ग्युमेंट सादो की आमी रॉयल्टी भरली, आमी टॅक्स सगळो फारीक केलो, सगळें केलें, गव्हर्नमेंटान आमकां अलाव केलें, आनी आतां तुमी आमचे कडच्यान सडनली सांगतात की तुमची लिजांच ना म्हणून. Don't you think that is a fair argument? That order has gone a little harsh.
They knew very well that under the Abolition Act, these mining leases have been deemed to be leases from the year 1961. So 61 to 87 was the first term. 87 to 2007 is the next renewal term. So the first renewal came in 87. It was renewed till 2007. Now was the time for second renewal. Their argument was that was the first grant in 87. Now this is despite knowing all the mine owners have got their law officers, but it was probably only a matter of greed for them. See, law is law. You should be fair when it comes to interpretation of law. It may be against you, but they should admit. Probably you may be able to see more dynamic options out of that what is against you.
एक आर्ग्युमेंट की इफ यू टेक द थियरी ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनॅलिटी की समजा चोरी केली जाल्यार इतली शिक्षा, कोणाक मारलो जाल्यार इतली शिक्षा. तुमकां दिसता की तांणी जे फाटले 2007 ते 2012 मदीं केलें तें जी तांकां आतां शिक्षा मेळ्ळ्या लीज काडून घेवपाची, that is justifiable?
If you ask me, 2007 तांच्यो leases came to an end. Actual boom came after 2007. So they have during the boom time, without having a lease, exploited the mines and made money out of it. Now I have no grievance in they making money. Everybody and anybody should make money. Not that they were ranked trespasser or some squatters who came and made money. No, they had mining leases, they had developed those mines, They have invested in those mines. They have spent for extraction. They have paid for excavation. They have employed laborers. They have done all that. But surely in law, that is not a legal extraction. It continues to be illegal extraction unless it is held that from 2007 their mines are deemed to be renewed. Supreme Court says their mines have expired. So,
तांचो आर्ग्युमेंट आहे की जर थियरी ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनॅलिटी धरली जाल्यार आमी खून केलो जाल्यार आमकां फांसार मारात पूण तुमी म्हणटा की तुमी चोरी केल्यान तरी व्हरता आनी फांसार मारतात दॅट डजंट मॅच आमची लीज काढून
this
घेवप
argument with great respect is like saying चोरी करतल्यान आमी इन्कम टॅक्स भरला सो आपली चोरी माफ झाली. That is not the way. It is not that they have done chori. Use of the word chori is only illustrative. I am not saying that they are chor or anything. Now, what happens is, if it is illegal, if you did not have the authority in law to undertake mining, how did you undertake? B, converse to that is, the government permitted you to do mining. That is the only saving grace they have. Otherwise, it is completely illegal.
हांगा तुमी इतलेंच म्हणटात की ही इल्लिगॅलिटी अशी खंय तरी लिपून बिपून चलना आशिल्ली ब्रॉड चलताली गव्हर्नमेंटांनी
Broad daylight, it was
गव्हर्नमेंटांनी ताजे रेव्हेन्यू केलो
government and revenue घेतलो. Government allowed it to go on. Director of mines was permitting them day in and day out to do it. The government permitted it to do it. Everybody permitted it to do it. Not that anybody was unaware of or they were doing it.
लिपून खंय तरी करताले अशें काय
During
नाशिल्लें
night time they were
बरोबर.
night operator.
बरोबर.
They were openly doing it.
दुसरी गजाल जी आसा ती रूल 37ची जातूंत सुप्रीम कोर्टान सरळ स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटाक सांगला की तुमी एक्शन घेया रूल 37 भितर जर लीज एक्टाच्या आसा आनी जर दुसरो जर ती खण चलयता दॅट इज नॉट परमिटेड ह्या हातूं भितर स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंटाक कितली पावर्स आसात एक्शन घेवपाक आनी कितली खणी हातूं भितर वचपाक शकता.
आता पहिली गोष्ट म्हणजे the leases have expired in 2007. If they have expired in 2007, where is the question of taking action under 37 now? What action can you take under 37 speaks of you cannot sublease or transfer your lease without permission of the state government. Correct. Right? If there is no lease in existence, where is the question of doing all that? See, that 37 was in the context of Justice Shah Commission report, which said that the mining which is going on, undoubtedly, there were those extraction contracts, raising contracts, sale contracts, under which the mining was going on. So he said, mine is owned by one party, operations are undertaken by another party. In those circumstances, go under 37. But today, when new leases are granted, and if the party goes under and violates Rule 37, surely the government is bound to take action.
But just
even otherwise, at that time when they were doing it, the government should have taken action.
जे आता सुप्रीम कोर्ट म्हणटा एक्शन घेयात म्हणून तुम्ही म्हणटा थंय एक्शन घेवपाक स्कोपच ना.
Action घ्यात Supreme Court was in terms of Shah Commission report. That time the mines were running. Mines were going on. Today Supreme Court itself has held that mines are over. See, what action can you take under 37? You can terminate the lease. Whose lease do we terminate today? When it is terminated by efflux of time in the year 2007. So Supreme Court is only a finding in law. Finding on law that if there is a violation of 37, government is bound to take action.
याच पॉइंटाचेर गोवा फाउंडेशन डिमांड करता की जी कंपनी इल्लीगल मायनिंगा भितर आशिल्ली तांकां फाल्यां तुमी परत लीज घेवपा खातीर एलिजिबल धरपाक जायना. हो आर्ग्युमेंट तुमकां कितलो पडटा?
But that is a matter of government policy. It doesn't go by one person or two persons saying it. There is, if you want to blacklist somebody, it amounts to blacklisting. If you want to blacklist somebody, you will have to first hold an inquiry to find out whether that person had entered into or had committed any illegality. If it is found that there was some illegality at that point of time, then of course you can say that wherever there is a finality to an illegality finding, those persons can be left out. But that again is a matter of policy for the state government. When the government frames a policy, undoubtedly this could be one of the things. But it can't be in air by somebody saying, no, you should take out this company or take out that company. It doesn't go that way.